I see columns, large columns, and then I see like the Vatican, and it splits into lightning strikes it, and I see Zeus as one of the the top creator of the Matrix. He strikes it into halves, and it falls apart, and then he rebuilds it into the Black Kingdom, dark kingdom of darkness, he says. And you recover some of the ancient knowledge that was lost in this splitting of the Vatican, and the knowledge that accumulated. It was like an Akashic records of all the experiments that's been going on all the platforms projected to on the Earth's surface after the Great Flood. That's what it says.
Wow.
And I see you like wearing this like long white gown with like flowers on your on top of your head. They smell so good. And you said that you recovered a lot of things, but you know what you're carrying? You're carrying a bunch of like crystal eggs of different colors of like semi-precious stones. Eggs, and she said each egg is like a cartridge in the computer, like it holds a lot of information, lots of files. Each egg has a lot of files, and each egg represents, it's like a book for a soul, all the soul's experiences, and those experiences are the most precious that the malevolent um, beings like uh, draconian empire possesses, based on experimentation gone wrong for us at a soul level and right for them, because they came from AI system, AI world. They generated by AI. And you say that these eggs are precious because we need to reverse. Um, we need to know how they reversed the project that was going well. We need to reverse it back. Um, because now we came to end point, and in order to dump the grounds in which the dirty evil entities are, you're showing me that with your mind you can move the black hole, let's say under the layer of where we're at right now on Earth, like this little layer, and it would like suck in all the programs that break us, our conscious mind apart from subconscious, our physical self apart from our energetic self. You can like suck those programs in, and that's when those dark ones have to go. They're bound to go. They can no longer control what's going on, and we can build a new layer based on the new programming that we're gonna like do together. We're gonna be like natural IT people, all of us as creators, those who survived the shake-up of the land, and those who did not get surrendered in water. It says surrendered in water because I see a lot of water covering a lot of land everywhere.
Oh, wow.
And there's some continents are gonna be split apart too. So by water, there's gonna be like huge rivers disconnecting some states right in the middle, in the middle of the map. And so you were saying that that you're gonna be alive, and you know that something will happen to where you are, but you'll be at the right spot. You want. Yeah, I see mountains for you. I see you'll be at the mountains or something. I have no idea what it is, but it's like you'll know that you have to go to the mountains to be safe. And I guess you have some hills on mountains around you that you can get to. And that's why they tied you up. I see some turtle beings, like some, I mean, there's like, they're servants of reptilians. They kind of look like, Ninja Turtles, but Yeah, but they're evil looking
Okay.
hybrids, and they tied your logs up so you can go to different timelines because it's kind of connected to your physical. Because when you take your walks, when you exercise by walking in nature, it's connected to you going to timelines. It's physical united with non-physical for you, that you have to be active on both levels at the same time. And knowing that, they tied you up with problems, and um, it's kind of like inner problems, inner tasks. Some of them are like 2% of them are they're trying to, you kind of walking in your direction connected to your soul, driven by your soul, it's desire, and that's when you get inspired. But then they try to a little bit derail you from your course. Some things like they plug in on your way to give you some things to solve, some problems to solve, and to be concerned about, say, in terms of people or situations, or just like at home things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're doing. But you took it off right now, and you you literally look with your eyes. Your eyes are like so powerful. They magnetize the black hole, and then you put that wine from around your legs up to your knees into the black hole. It sucks them in and it closes up. And you say that black holes are connected to the black goo and to the infection of any planet that's been taken over, because that's the instrument they use to take over a planet. Because you have to cover it with artificial layers in order to build that what we call flat Earth, but it's really not flat. Of course, it's just a layer where at is flat, it's like a disk, and where our bodies are embedded in the disk with wires. So that's why you can take your body when your body dies. It stays here because it's kind of like part of the energy of the platform we call Earth. And that's precisely why it's an illusion when they basically go to space. It's just they go to fake layers and see the replicas of planets. The planets exist, but the what we see is replicas, just fakery. We're just like an all enclosed fake system. And you say we're like inside the egg, the yolk,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. Space outside, but there's always you bang into something, you can't pass through that until you understand that you're inside and see. And when you understand, you're free, you can use your free will. Then through understanding, you say, hey, I know what you're doing to me. My free will is get through this fakery and get to my true self, which is my big soul self. And that's it, it's done. So you don't need to do anything else. Just the knowledge. That's why they're so scared of us to know. And that's like we call this age, as you say, as a knowledge, the era of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And that's precisely why they know energetically everything is pressuring us to know. People, if a human brain and a human body doesn't want to know and the soul's pressuring, soul will create tough situations for that person, very tough, to actually get to the desperation point when you lose everything you're holding on, relationship, physical possession, and everything else. It can be animals too, or anything, circumstances in life, or feeling provided to by the family. Then you lose that what you're grabbed on, that to make you feel uncomfortable, the soul would organize something for you to lose that um, circle of friends or whatever you feel comfortable in. So you get to the desperation point when then you actually dig much deeper and open up the connection with the soul, because you start asking internal questions about like what is the soul experience about, um, and that's what you also know and feel, that um, people are going to be losing themselves, and that's why in those eggs you bring knowledge to them and you decode the knowledge and you put it into a big pyramid of knowledge. I see it's in your living room, like in the middle of the living room you have a shiny pyramid. It looks like crystal, and you put the eggs inside and they start like the eggs start glowing different colors, and they project inside the pyramid different colors like rainbow colors, but and then the pyramid becomes like rainbow, and that shows you that white light is actually a rainbow light, which includes all the spheres of knowledge, all the aspects of knowledge you can ever have in your etheric DNA that you bring with you into this physical, that basically is a trap. And that's why you like, there's like a specific place in your room, in your central room, comes to me as a center room, center, that you like being there. And that's where the pyramid is, with the knowledge, and you observe knowledge through. I feel like you're relaxing. When you're relaxed, it pours into you. Basically, like plugged in into it or something like this, because you're reading it. You're reading those eggs by touching them, and there's other thing you say somebody else is taking care of. Well, we call them crystal skulls, but crystal skulls are from fallen angels. That's where they stole the information from the eggs and put them on crystal skulls. And skull symbolizes the entrapment of this physical world. Oops, are you still with me, right?
I'm still here.
Yeah. So, and I just see like literally huge, giant, humanoid form, um, dressed all in black, shiny leather suits, one-piece suits, with big wings. And my feeling is those wings are fake. Like they stole them from, oh, they stole them from Pegasus World. They stole the idea and they recreated it. It's mechanized wings those fallen angels have. They actually do have them. Because when I look behind, I see a mechanism that opens them and closes them. But this fallen angels is it's like there's something happened to Pleiadian world that got disconnected from a reality that they built for positivity, success, for enrichment. And then they got trapped in some AI, something generated world, and they connected to almost like some demonic beings from lower worlds. And that's why they started, uh, because the thing is, their skin is super glowing and white, but they have this dark inside them, like light inside is black. Um, and that's because they got disconnected from their souls, and they became AI controlled beings with wings who were, see, because they came to the duality world, because there are angelic beings whom we call angels, but they are actually entrapped. They're trapped in the human bodies. There's no outside angels. The angels they talk in the Bible are actually walking among us in human bodies. And they don't know about it because everything here teaches us that to think that they are outside of us and we are, we're sinners and we're bad and all this. That's why people don't realize. Well, some do. Some people call themselves angels, and it's actually true. That's what you're telling me because you met them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I see you're actually. It's like this is some symbology of this Easter eggs in the basket. It's really how you kind of put them in different baskets and then you bring them in different timelines of physicality, you say. You actually bring them to physical worlds that exist. It's some sort of bubbles of physical worlds, and you spread the knowledge through those eggs. You dig them in the dirt in some places, and they spread the light underground, and people who are connected to nature and walk on the grass bare feet
Yeah.
and on the ground or work with soil, they actually get that knowledge. And then it spreads to the root system of the trees and it all like closes up in knowledge. I mean, that's what you do. And you look here, you look in a green dress, with like everything looks like you're made out of nature, like your outfit and you have this um, leaves and flowers in your hair, and you say that you're like a forest nymph because you work with all this and animal and nature spirits when you're asleep, when your body is asleep. But some nights you cannot sleep because energies kind of keep you awake. But
Yeah, a lot lately.
mhm, because the worlds are changing and they're connected to our world. And when the shake up, when the earthquake, meaning it's like metaphorical earthquake, happens at and underneath and in and around us, because they're trying to affect us before they go. And I mean, you say you're telling me, I know we've been saying this for a long time now. People are tired. Like, when are they finally going to be gone? But the thing is, this is like the last period of time. You show me like a square. It's divided into four different events, global ones, that are going to occur before they actually go. So they'll try everything that affects our well being, they'll try to poison it. And only those who understand this and become resilient inside their thoughts and emotions and belief system that everything goes well for you will survive that four squares of bombardment of I mean, I see them exploding, but I feel like I can tell you, I feel like one is man-made disasters, another one man-made virus, another one is psychological attack. I see waves go into your brain. There's some people are gonna go like a little nuts, a little crazy, and they're gonna fight with each other. And the fourth one, I see people fighting with each other, and I see drones flying and kind of like a war zone. There's gonna be a war zone, but I see it on not on land. I see the water. You show the water, bombs falling in the ocean or something like this. And and that's because from that, see, they're kind of like in diagonal in the square for me. So I feel like they depend on each other. Once they start doing the war, and then from that war, it's another war. It's not Ukraine. It's different. But then the earthquakes and other disasters are going to happen to pour water to stop the war. And then and then at the same time they want people to get make people weak with viruses and with poisoned or lack. It's either poisoned food and water or lack of food and water, but not for everybody. It's gonna be compartmentalized. That's what you said, in compartments, like around the world. um Yeah. But you said you're tired now. It's like you wanted to hear something you know inside already from through me because you feel like you've been waiting for a long time, and sometimes it just feels like bring it on faster. And so your soul says, I know she's excited about and she feels it, and she knows there's things happening and changing inside of her. And sometimes it's kind of tough to be on your own and cheering yourself up. So she said, but she also says that, I mean, you to yourself say that you know what to do. I mean, sometimes even something fun to watch or music, or don't forget about music and walks outside and animals, nature, all this that feeds you, your spirit, your inner self. And take it easy. Take it easy. Don't rush. It's not time to rush now for anybody. That's the biggest advice. Everything has to slow down because you have to keep balance. Everything outside of you will be going very fast, and therefore you have to keep steady and just take care basically of your basic body needs to keep your soul inside safely, which would be just make sure that you nourish your body, you feed your body, and you get enough rest. And you need rest for the mind and for emotional kind of calmness of emotions. That's all you need right now. Nobody should be starting like new giant huge projects or anything like this. The time will come when people just, the groups that are formed before, or the connections of people who know each other from before, will be pushed to join together in different multiple projects, which will help you and others like you survive the breaking of the system that makes you feel comfortable right now, but no longer will be. And you know that. That's why you're getting ready. You're nesting. This is your nesting for it, like you're preparing, but mostly working with yourself, with me, with you. It's just you and me. Basically, I see you like right now, your energy, and you down. Right now, you have this a warm yellow orangey energy, like mostly yellow, like kind of like beautiful, that beautiful yellow color warm. And then underneath you, you're sitting, and you're just like transparent to me. Like I see features of your face and everything, but you're transparent because you're letting the flow of energy through you, and that's why you're so sensitive these days. Um, because you're kind of like, to do the work you do, you need to feel when to do what, and that's why you became that. You spread out, your energy became huge, beyond the walls of your house and everything, because you need to be like a dream catcher. You're catching the what the Matrix AI is trying to do to us, to everything, and then you'll get intuitive thoughts, how you usually do, and you'll know what to do at the right time. So that's why you're like that. You're like spread out. Um, and basically, you're just kind of like connected to your bigger you, and your bigger you is, it's like a percentage of energy. It's not even bigger you, it's you the same, but you're telling me that, hey, it's kind of fun. I'm I know the outcome, and basically we're all playing with our smaller us. It's kind of like we're getting to the point when a lot of people will understand and will be giving the biggest hint in their life how everything works in this at this level, even though it's fake level, it's artificial, but that's the point. So we got, when our world was hacked, we we understood who hacked it, how they hacked it, and we kind of got through the hacker system. And we, those who woke up got through that system and connected to our smaller us. And much like in a video game, we start communicating with smaller you in this small little world called Earth Matrix, and telling, okay, go here, do this, do that. And that's what is, we're all led by us above to get out of the system and to provide, to build up a different world for the time being for our bodies to live until when we want to leave our bodies, because we don't want an abrupt leaving of the body through suffering, like to those NPCs and other people who lost their souls or who signed contracts and got their souls corrupted will live. They will live in those hurricanes, disasters, and other things abruptly, unexpectedly in low vibration, but we will keep going in manifesting in physical the world for us to live happily until we decide to leave it, because that's going back to the true world, how it was created by us before it got hacked. And in that world, we would just leave our body, we'll go in lethargic sleep, like, in that stasis, in sarcophagus sometimes. And that would just mean we're preserving the body for the soul to come in, or maybe even 200 years later, Earth's time. But over there will be only 5 days on this planet, 10 days on that planet. You know what I mean? It was so easy to do it. You just want to leave the body and you leave the body. But before you leave the body, you put yourself in that glass sarcophagus that keeps the body going. And that's how they got the idea of the coffins.
Wow.
Because coffin is not a coffin. It's supposed to preserve your body until you decide to go back into this life to continue. Because you can do it forever. There's no expiration date. You can renew, restructure your tissues of your body by thought and continue forever. That's why on different planets I see like crystal coffins, you can tell, kind of like in the Seven Dwarfs, and they were just like preserved that way, and you can go back. But they used our technology to. It's like a body entrapment. It's kind of weird because it feels like it's like a ritual to put a body in the coffin. It's a ritual for it to to keep the soul attached to it for a while, so the entities from lower worlds get a chance to get a hold of your soul while the soul doesn't understand what's going on, why the body is entrapped and still tries to get into the body, because a lot of times the body can go back to life. That's why so many times when people are pronounced dead when they're not dead. Um, that's what you said. But it doesn't mean that you necessarily need to be on fire, like your body has to be burnt after death. You just have to know how it goes. Everything is knowledge. Even if they decided to put you in the coffin, you just annul and cancel out this ritual at a soul level, and that means nothing. You disconnect it instantly. So, whew. Hmm.
That was a lot. Okay, so do I have I've been working on myself a lot, and the last in the last week, I had like a round table with all my selves. I don't know what else to call it. And it was kind of like, it wasn't, it was kind of like trying to get everyone on the same page because I feel like a lot of my higher aspects are trying to protect me from things instead of letting me grow. And I kind of want to make sure that they're giving me all of my gifts that I'm supposed to have and to stop allow me to grow, allow me to do my purpose, allow me to do what I need to do. And that was a conversation I was trying to have with them last week. And I don't know exactly that they heard everything that I was trying to say.
Okay, you just said right away that that's your decision. They have nothing to do with it because when you wake up, when you realize that you have this many lives or whatever, and you even feel it, right? That you are everywhere. I mean, the main focus of you in this body is like your current life, unless you have to fix something in the timeline of another life to bring peace to you emotionally or physically. But if you worked on that already and done all this job, then you don't have to make those other parts agree or disagree because there's no point. This each and every life has its own idea, purpose, goal, uh, prescribed by soul to it. So it's like each timeline, each life has different decision making because it's kind of like you sitting and watching each life, and when by your focusing on this life or that life, you can go change something in it because you didn't like as an observer. As an observer, you are just like a director of the chorus of different singers, which is also you,
Mhm.
but they're just going through different life experiences on different universes, planets, and so on. And so there's no point of you talking to them or anything like this. It's like very individual because it fits into the puzzle after you all live those lives, all your parts, sparks of your consciousness leave their bodies. It can be energetic, but it can be physical. But then they fit into the big you, and it's always perfect. So basically, you do not complicate. Do not complicate. I hear that. Repeat on repeat, and don't overthink and do not overcomplicate. Just take care of your body right now. That's important. It's important right now just to do that and to feel what goes, because every day I work on your body and energies inside and I change it. So every discomfort or every strange interest or interesting feeling you have in your body, that means I'm changing that part, or that part is disconnecting from something it had to disconnect from, or accumulated something it is releasing. So in order to understand what's going on and be sensitive to that, we need to lose all the distractions of the outside world and not to complicate it too much. Just enjoy ourselves. Now is the time to enjoy because mm, the world outside can make you very anxious, frustrated, scared, as life's going to be getting tougher and tougher outside. If you look out of your window and observe it, then it's better not to look out of the window and not to observe it. It's kind of like focus on yourself type saying, and don't work on anything else but your current self and your current body in this current life. That's it.
What
Other
did
stuff I'll take care of. Like your
what
soul says, your big
okay.
soul says, I'm
Mhm.
taking care of the other ones. Don't worry about it.
What about advice for my physical body?
I hear it suffering,
Yes.
and it just needs. I see flowers. I see grass. I see you looking at the blue sky and laying on the grass. I see you like closing your eyes and imagining how your body, how you want your body to be, but imagining that it already is. Mold your body in your mind, in your head.
Okay.
Mold it. Mold
Okay.
it the way you want it. It's very flexible. We don't understand. We think it's not, but it is. You can program yourself for anything. You can program, and but don't pay too much attention when it starts changing the way you want it, because when you get excited about the changes that you observe, they might go back, because unfortunately that's a dualistic balance. When you get happy about something, you might lose it. That's another secret to this evil matrix they created. When you get over happy, over excited, you might really literally lose that. So it's better to take success as, oh, I'm successful now, but as we know, it might not last, but I'm fine with it. I know it's going to end at some point, like that. Or my body's hurting now, but I know it's changing into the beautiful body, and close your eyes and see how beautiful it is and how healthy it is. And because now everybody's going to be hurting, have free body. They are, as you know, releasing a lot of artificial particles of AI that are gonna also impact our physicality, our nervous system. They want to target our nervous system. They want to give us neurological pains,
Yep.
headaches, different parts of the body vibrating, pulsating with pain. And just you have to be able to go to water and release that pain in water, because when you're in water, it should disappear, it elevates it.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But that's why you can't overwhelm yourself with work, with I know you need it to survive, but take it as, and imagine the flow of everything you need. It flows to you when you need it. It just happens, because that's how it's supposed to be. People forget they connected to the system, but some things can come to you, just come for free, just from nothing become something. And it's a tough period physically. Is very tough. They'll bombard you and you and you and everyone who is getting to the point of complete understanding what is going on with a lot of things. Little problems, big problems, house problems, car problems, something's breaking down, bodies feels like breaking down too, all of these things. But it's to overwhelm you and to take your focus off of you, and you have to love yourself and take care of yourself right now. Nobody should be basically much focusing on anything outside, but rather, because people are going to show off their true faces too, even more now. It's going to be so visible, and there's so many dark ones, dark, I see like dark robots in human bodies. There's robot inside with a human body over it, and they're going to try to push you off of your transition to higher consciousness inside of you. When you transition to higher consciousness inside of you, the world opens up like a flower, unfolds, and each petal symbolizes a new connection, and new circumstances, and new kind of life will be unfolding. But first, you have to feel like you've gone through transition inside physically, and then you feel lighter inside. And you totally know which is just changing of the inner tissues of your body, or which one is the AI bombarding you with um, computer generated viruses and things like that. Um, that's what I see you laying down a lot. I see like you need to do that, and because you come out of your body, poof, you right away. And that's almost like your soul is trying to make you understand that you need to kind of rest even more. And you keep telling yourself, how much can I rest? I'm resting too much, or, but you actually need. And then the sleep patterns are crazy because everything flips upside down because it was flipped before. So basically, day is night for us, night is day for us. Okay, whatever, like what we learned, like our eating schedule is no longer that eating schedule. Sleeping schedule is no longer the sleeping schedule. The way we approach other people is no longer that way because we want to stay away from other people. We know they're dangerous. It's like inner thing to protect yourself from others, and which is the right thing to do because they will just bring contamination to you in close contact, in
Mhm.
relationships. That's why, but we're doing this to accumulate energy. We don't want anybody to drain our energy. Unfortunately, it happens each time you shop at the store.
Mhm.
So, and that's why I see like a lot of people will be kind of like ordering online and groceries being brought, even more people, a lot of people doing it already, but even more because people will understand you can mix up with all those um, cyborgs and by robots and NPCs and fake people with half soul, artificial soul. They all are trying to plug into you as you shop or do something in public to grab your energy. That's why you feel so down after you get home. And plus you have to energize your food that you just bought
Mhm.
because um yeah, but that's the main advice for you from your soul, because you're doing a lot of work when you sleep, like a lot. You actually present here in the body only 30%. I see 70, for some reason I see 72% that you are out. So I guess out of 102%, but you're not really present much here. You do a lot of stuff automatically. Feed this, feed that, feed yourself, and like do this and then fix that, clean that, kind of like that.
Yeah.
So, but then I feel your vibration in the body. It really gets strong when you relax. After certain like time, you just get like, shoo, shoo, like waves.
Right.
So,
I've been doing a lot of work on past lives and trying to collect and clear a lot of timelines. And every time I was collecting knowledge. So it's funny how you mentioned the Easter eggs or the eggs or whatever, because that's kind of what I've been doing is collecting this knowledge. But I'm trying, and this comes up in the session we did last time too. How am I delivering this knowledge? What am I doing with this knowledge? I'm waiting for the right time to deliver it. I'm not doing anything with it right now.
you're absorbing it first, then you're putting in your pyramid in your living room. It comes as a living room, and you're also getting ready to. So when you are filled yourself up with all this knowledge, see, you first of all, your energy body looks huge, like it's really spread out because you need to put a lot of knowledge into it. And when you're completely filled up with that, there's gonna be time that's after all these disasters, wars, and so on, when people will be coming to you and you'll start doing something very actively. helping
Okay.
with that knowledge, others who
Okay.
need it, because they'll be like in limbo. They'll be like, I see them like zombified a little. I see them like with brain fog and they're disoriented.
Mm.
And there's gonna be a lot of people like you, me, and others who are gonna be providing this, because they're gonna these other systems are gonna crash. uh, how do they crash? Because people will stop going to them. People will stop going to doctors, let's say, right? Because they know it's all for money. A lot of people through those disasters happening will realize what's really going on and how we're all like lied to for so long. And that's why they will be seeking people who are sensitive like you and who have the knowledge and wisdom and personal experience, which you have a lot of it, dealing with people, you have a lot of it to share in their situations, because when they tell you how they feel inside, you'll know exactly what to tell them. That's what I feel. We all preparing for something bigger.
Right. Yeah, I am. Okay. Are there any other lives that I need to know about that need to be worked on today, or any contracts or anything like that?
I see that you actually, I mean, I don't know why you do it like one by one, but I see that you spread the fire. It's, to me, it's like a blue and purple fires through all the passages. It's mostly purple because it's connected to you're thinking here a lot, and it's connected to your, bigger you. And from that, you like cleansed all the timelines, all of them, with that purple fire of knowledge. That's what you say. And it
And
comes
it
from
comes from
your here
Mhm.
because it's open. I see your head is open and connected fully to yourself. So you get insights a lot.
Yeah, I do. I still don't see though. Why can't I see?
That's not the key for you. That's not something you do. Some people are just meant to feel and to get insights. Others are meant to see. It depends what your body is created this way that you can't, the way they build our bodies, to be honest, when I look right now at each and every body, I mean, it looks like we're artificially created inside the mother's womb. It's
Mm.
like AI participated big time in creation because it has access to it. For AI, we're energy. And if for you, you see like a woman with a pregnant belly, for them, it's like easy to take the fetus out, correct DNA here and there, restructure this and that, sign that body up for this experiment and put it back in the mother's womb. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, because they don't want everybody to see. They only want those to see like me, because they wanted to use me in all the government projects to see in SSP and all this. And I never lost that ability because they let my DNA where I can see open and never closed it. Because as you know, everything is kind of like available on type happening at the same time. So if they closed me here, my vision, that would mean they could not use me in those. And they do. So, but now I'm away from it. I'm disconnected, but it's still like the minute I disconnected, I was open, so I kept being open.
Right.
Um,
We've checked my DNA before. What does my DNA look like?
it's um it's like a swirl of energy, like this. It's swirling, and then it's turning into the spiral, and then it's swirling again into big. And that big energy, it's in you, it's in your body, and that swirl of energy, it goes to different parts. I see they restructured your I mean they, you, yourself restructured your like chest, like your heart is like a very connected, to your, and it's like it sends so many impulses, like literally. But the interesting thing that people get frustrated by the impulses you set because they are asleep, but only basically flowers, trees, and animals feel them the most because most people are not ready. But then it's connected to the impulses you exchange with your true self, your big self,
Mhm.
and that just helps you. But body going through transformation, actually losing a lot of vital energy. That's why you feel like totally broken down in pieces sometimes. Like, oh, I can't even move, every bone like hurts or something, like that feeling.
It's been hard for me to keep minerals in my body, so I've been trying to supplement all my minerals because my body has been depleting them, and I'm just not sure why.
Because
I
you
don't.
become transparent, because you opened up for this, like, see, it's like you liquefied yourself inside or something to become that liquid crystal. Or I see you transparent, like I literally see through you. And I think you're just in this kind of transition. But what I see is energy body, you understand, but the physical reflects the energy body, and therefore you probably feel. Do you swim in the ocean?
No.
It feels like you would absorb a lot of minerals from the salt water, then get maybe salt baths.
Yeah, salt baths, but not the ocean. Okay.
Because there's a lot in the ocean that you absorb through skin into the body.
Okay, well, now that it's warmer, I can do that.
hmm Yeah, you're just liquefied. What came to me is just she's liquefied. She's liquefying herself to be able to easily leave the body here and there and be busy on the other side, because the other side is more important now. You have to speed it up until 2025. You have to be ready by then, because that's a big nine. It's the end of all the processes. You have to be ready by the end.
What's my physical body supposed to do until 2025?
It's getting restructured inside.
Oh.
And because that's why people come with pains to, for the different ultrasounds and stuff, and they don't find anything wrong with them. But that's because it's like every cell is expanding and blending in with other cells and forming like one big energy,
Hmm.
versus different little cells, or like it's kind of like everything expanding and blending in and becoming one uni energy, united. Because before each organ had a different frequency, and now all organs are supposed to resonate in frequency with each other to. And that's how we're gonna be. What I feel is we're not gonna look younger, but we're gonna stop getting older at some
Okay.
point. Like when you stop getting older, then you get more technology going on and also knowledge coming in, and you can pull in more energy from yourself. And that's when the glow of your energy will make you look younger, type thing. But it's not like you can reverse the age completely, but um, like you say, the truth is, life begins from the age of 40 pretty much, because before that you make so many mistakes. You
Mm-hmm.
build up your experiences and wisdom
Mm-hmm.
on stupid stuff you do.
Yep.
But now is the time to shine and share it with those who need it. Only those who will ask for it will receive it.
Yeah. And I've realized that.
Mm. Yeah, and some people still think that they can change the world, but they cannot, because we're in the active stage when a lot of souls are refusing to be in bodies. And that's why something happens to those people, because they just don't want to go through this, because this is not going to be easy. And when you don't work on yourself, you're just going to suffer a lot,
I try
because
to tell
that's the
people
only
that too.
instrument. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to do the inner work or you're going to pay for it on the outside. I mean, that's just kind of common knowledge by now. It's 2024.
Yeah. But a lot of people don't get it because they are either disconnected or very kind of immature souls in the bodies, and they need to go through a lot of experiences
Yeah.
to even get it. And some like the Matrix game. It's like a game for them. I mean, they realize they can manifest, this and that, and it's enough for them. That's fun for them. They like doing it. They like playing money, casino, fashion, popularity, and stuff games.
Yeah.
So they're gonna stay with that world.
So I'm just supposed to rest for the rest of this year and remold myself to be prepared for 2025.
Yeah, remolding happens automatically. It happens to everybody because people probably think like, why am I? I mean, I realized that something happened to me too, because like I feels like I'm catching so many viruses, which are kind of weird. Like yesterday, my left eye hurt. Today, my right eye hurts, and then it leaves. But after each time a virus leaves my body, I feel like some huge knowledge comes to me. Like eureka, you understood something even deeper.
Right.
You thought that you understood it before, but no, you didn't really. You didn't live by that understanding. Because a lot of people can talk in lectures for hours about some stuff, but they don't live by it, by this knowledge in reality, right? In daily life. So we kind of have to absorb it to the point of um, realization and acting, and not forgetting. Like, people even forget how to manifest. They manifest one day, but then the other day they forget and they get caught in problems. You know what I mean? They forgot how, in what kind of inner um, state of mind they have to be in order to accept manifestations. They reject them by being an unstable kind of inner emotional self. So, and going on autopilots with all those reactions to the outside stimuli. Mm. So, but something clicks sometimes and you just become a different self. And that's the point of this transition. We become different selves. It's not that our body goes crystalline or we see totally 5D, whatever world. No, it's just a transition inside. And with that transition, you kind of start building a different reality, which is already pre-built for you. I totally see it is already. So basically, you derail yourself from the old self you, and you put yourself on different rails of the new self you, and you roll in that direction. And that we're kind of like all who woke up are walking towards the timeline in which we're all going to be rolling towards that perfect world that we always wanted. But it's going to be a journey, of course. The whole point of a soul experience is manifestation of something better, and the whole journey, the experience of it. The end result is the end result. It's going to be like, oh, yeah, we got to it. That's great. But what else do we want to accomplish? Because we always need to be doing something. Um, yeah.
Okay, so there's nothing else I need to release, or there's nothing else that
Mm-mm. You are very clean, because you actually show me again that you are dealing with forest creatures, like all these spirits of the forest. And you said that before, spirits of the forest were the most important thing because they kept every planet going energetically. And they were those little wires connecting the whatever humanoid form, let's say humans walking on on top of the surface of the planet,
Hmm.
connecting to the inner of the planet. In your wisdom, I see you talking to a lot of green looking, I mean, who are they really? They're like trees walking, with the faces and like flowers, and flowers
Maybe
actually moving too.
that's why I go on my nature walks every day with my dog, and I built my garden in my front yard, like, and I don't have a green thumb. Like, I just don't.
Hmm.
So maybe that explains why I am doing all of these things in this life,
Right.
in human.
Yeah, because it brings you better, brings you faster to you, um, let's say your what your soul decided to do in this life since you
Yeah.
happen to be here already.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I mean it elevates, it's your vibration is high, and that's why you keep yourself open like this for your own self, not for anybody, else who can harm you, but for your own self, for the knowledge. But it's like a portal you opened up for you to get out of the body, safely do your thing, and safely return. So you're keeping it going, and nature gives you inspiration and energy. So
Hmm.
because the other world is gonna be kind of like a big forest. It's all gonna be nature, and people like you, souls like you in bodies, um, growing that nature into physical. That's what your soul said.
Crazy. Craziness. Okay.
Yeah, everybody's doing their part. And we're gonna go get into a period when everything's gonna be coming to you, and you'll receive offers, or you'll meet the right people, and you start doing something actively. There's going to be different, and it's not at the same time for everybody. It's going to be for different people at different times. But to get to that, you need to have a period of just being with yourself and taking care of your body and making sure, you feel comfortable at all times. If you need to sleep all day, sleep all day. You need to, just like get rid of these programs that tell you, oh, you need to do something, you need to be active. Why am I so lazy? No, there's no lazy. There's a need because before you you jump to higher consciousness, which we make these huge jumps, we have to sit with ourselves and have a periods when we don't want to deal with any people, but only have ourselves for ourselves and accumulate the knowledge by going out of your body in your case, and then you'll make this leap, huge one, huge jump to the high consciousness. That's when you start doing all this stuff because you accumulated energy and knowledge, and you feel this is the time on your particular timeline to act. You'll know where it is, so it'll just come to you. Hmm.
Interesting. Okay. Alrighty.
You and the pyramids, and like you like putting like eggs inside the pyramids, and you create out of energy your like crystal pyramids, and then put it inside and look at it, and you like touching them, you like the coldness of the stones, like feeling it with your hands, you like all of it.
Different
Oh,
from my
very
pyramid.
interesting. Yeah, because you like that shape, it works out with your energy. It's not for everybody, by the way, as I feel, but for you, yeah, it's perfect for you.
That's why I remember, was it back in 2019 or 2020 when I first got the pyramid? Maybe that's why I did that. Remember? You've seen my pyramid.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I saw it. Yeah, some people have it. Yeah, I've seen other people have it.
maybe that's why I was drawn to it, because this life playing, or this reality right now playing out what I'm doing, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Because for me, for instance, I feel uncomfortable inside the pyramid. I don't know why. But I like circular things around me. Like every time I imagine my energy, like circulation, big sphere. But it's for everybody. I mean, because we are creator beings, there's no one formula for each and every one. And people fight over this stupid idea that there's only one formula or one view of the world. You know what I mean? One truth. There's multiple truths. We're all like wearing VR glasses and decoding this world from a perception based on the DNA, based on the past experiences, based on a
Mhm.
lot of stuff our soul went through.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So, but okay, well, I should probably stop the recording.